So the first thing I wanted to show you was a system I developed over working on a couple of Unity projects to help me and other devs I've worked with save time writing intuitive inspectors without having to also write all of the boilerplate that can come with that. Having looked at what you wrote on the Unity forums and having looked at your UI packages, this sort of feels like maybe the thing that you're looking for as a quick win. With some more custom tooling if that's what you want, but it sort of felt like this was the kind of thing that you were talking about when you were asking for improved UI editor experiences. So this is based on the Unity property drawer system and the ability to mark up things with custom attributes. But it's trying to get around one of the primary limitations of that system, which is only one of these will work at any one time. The way I've done it basically means that you can actually compound these property attributes, so you can really easily customize how something is going to be displayed by using multiple of these compounded together. So just to prove to you that this isn't running off some custom editor code, I've got the class here. I just threw together a really simple demo script object to kind of show you some of the things which I've found to be useful in my kind of dev time and show you what it would look like in your code. So here we've got some of the built-in Unity Engine attributes for our properties, header, space, that kind of thing. And then a couple of my own. I'm not really going to dig into how these work, but maybe give you an idea of like how easy it is to write custom responsive editor code, and especially conditional editor code without having to write the custom editors. So I've got a range of different inspector tools that I've found have been useful. But these can also be easily extended. So if you wanted custom functionality, it'd be really quick to write something new based on what you need. Again, like I said, I'm not exactly sure what you're looking for. So I'm just trying to kind of show you a range of things which I could do for you if you felt like that would be useful. So we've got things like turning on and off property visibility using enum values or values from other serialized fields. For example, you have this advanced settings section which we can toggle on and off using this. And none of this is using custom editor code. This is just using those attributes. Other inspector behavior I found is useful is validation. So we have this value here with if I get rid of the value that's been set, we see this little warning saying you need to provide a value. And then when we provide a value, it goes away. The validation code behind that is just calling a function, so you can implement whatever kind of custom validation you want really easily and just tell it what function to call, and it'll all figure it out when it's drawing it. We've also just got static message boxes as well, which already exist in the Unity Editor GUI API, but they don't expose them through an attribute. So this is just like a really useful thing to provide more information. You obviously got the built-in Unity tooltips, but this is sort of the next level because you can show warnings, you can show errors. As I've done here with this entity value, we've got an error showing up. The other examples I've got here are values which become disabled at runtime, which can be quite useful if you have things that are used in the bootstrap of a game which you kind of don't really want to handle having to update systems if they change at runtime. So just to prove to you that works, and you'll have to forgive this project, it's just a Unity project I took over and wrote this demo in. But if I run the game, you can see that this gravity value is going to become disabled and I won't be able to edit it at runtime, which can be pretty useful for sort of config values. The final one, which I've also found useful, and I thought I'd show you, is a sort of inlined idea of data. So actually this handle settings is a separate class. And the way that Unity would draw this by default is with a fold out, and then the fold out would show all the values if you click it. I found that this can be a little bit annoying. So I added an attribute which would allow just those values to be baked into the inspector without that fold out for things where you always want people to have visibility on it without necessarily having to constantly open that fold out all the time. And this will respect any other property drawers or property attributes. It'll all still compound with that. So for example, you can see that I've got switching on and off of these two options based on this bool. This is again still driven by these attributes. So you can see that everything still works, even using this inlining. And that's basically it. I figured this might be something you're interested in because it's quite quick and easy to do. It's very easy to have custom logic, so whatever your needs are, it would be really quick to roll out these custom attributes. And it's nice because you can kind of see the behavior of the UI in the code, and it just reduces the boilerplate as well. It's going to make things a lot quicker to customize and feel intuitive. So yeah, that's something I thought that you might find interesting, and I hope that maybe that's something you might feel you could use. And if that's true, then I can roll these out for you, or I could write you some custom ones, and we could start making your UI a bit more intuitive in the editor. Cheers.